what was our expectation was not there in terms of security for the High Commission. So we've had conversations with the British government after that. I think the next time it happened, you saw things were a little bit different. But it is our expectation. As I said, many countries are very casual about it. They have a different view about their own security and a different view about other people's security. But I can tell you, as foreign minister, we are not going to accept these kinds of differential standards. And the question, if I understood, that if you have a partner in the ME,
yeah. Would you be posted in the same place?
If you have a spouse in the MEA working, then we do our best to try to ensure that as long as it's possible in your career, that we try to accommodate that.
Thank you. Whoa. Okay. Okay. The guy here. This is just random. So, yeah, sure. Hang on.
Good evening, sir. I am Jitender. Sir, my question is, हमारे वैल्यूज आज से कई सालों पुराने सालों से चलते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन यहाँ भारतवासियों के लोगों पे ही वेस्ट का इतना हावी होने का क्या कारण हो सकता है? और एक और मेरा सवाल है, today's youths are highly influenced by the Western culture, their ideology, their way of life. What do you think is the reason for this, and what according to you can be done to bring back to their roots? Thank you.
ये आपका जो पहला सवाल था, मुझे 2-3 शब्द सुनाई नहीं दिए, थोड़ा एको हो रहा था।
हाँ सर, हमारे इंडिक वैल्यूज जो भारत के संस्कृति और वैल्यूज है बहुत सालों से चलते आ रहे हैं और आज के तक भी वो चल रहे हैं, पर वेस्ट का हमारे लोगों पे इतना हावी होने का क्या कारण हो सकता है, हमारे कल्चर को डिस्ट्रॉय करने का?
So sir, the entirety of an external affairs minister's post involves traveling immensely and keeping your morale always high. Sir, how do you such a hectic schedule maintain to keep your fitness level high? How do you do that?
Your fitness levels. Yeah, sure.
Namaste, sir. This is Somshekhar. Even I was one of those students who are stranded in Ukraine past year. I would like to utilize this opportunity to thank you on behalf of all those students who are studying in Ukraine. I would like to thank you for the Operation Ganga, under which around 25,000 Indian nationals were brought back from Ukraine. Sir, and now my question is that India being a successor state of a civilization, does the culture of Bharat and the civilizational aspect of Bharat constitute a more prominent element in the India's foreign policy in today's contemporary world? You can take one more.
Okay, sure. Behind you. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah. Mic is coming.
Good evening,
we
sir.
We have time for more questions, so chill. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Pratham Makhija, and I'm a student from International Relations. I have two small questions. That are we going to deal the same way with the events with the foreign countries, like attacking India using soft powers like BBC documentaries? And the second one is like, how are we going to deal with this separatist movement which are countering us from the out of our borders? Like right now there is Khalistani movement happening in Europe. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take this last one, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir, my name is Karthik. I am an Ayurveda student. Sir, you said India were the first responders to the Turkey earthquake, but very few days after, they spoke in support of Kashmir in the UN. And even after the students who rescued from Ukraine, they were giving interviews after landing in Bangalore airport. We saw they were speaking, our country did nothing, most countries were doing more than our country did. Don't you think there's a lack of gratitude in people India are helping?
one, the first question, I mean, जो आपका जो सवाल जो था, look, today what is happening is because all of us are more globally exposed, we spend, you don't have to leave India or leave Bengaluru to actually today connect with the world. वो सब फोन में आ जाता है. So एक किस्म से ये एक contestation बन जाता है. Everybody tries to influence everybody. So when you say, previously we used to say nations compete. Today narratives compete. Cultures compete. And how does any country or any people or any culture exert influence is through that process. अब हम लोग जो हैं जितना हम अपनी संस्कृति परंपरा इतिहास को आगे बढ़ाएंगे, आप ये नहीं समझिए कि ऑटोमेटिकली दुनिया करेगी अरे वाह वाह वेरी गुड इंडिया इज राइजिंग अगेन, बिकॉज every country that rises is displacing somebody else's dominance. तो वो थोड़ा like Newton's third law, there is also a third law of politics, that for every action there is a reaction also. So other countries will try to show us down, will try to influence us, why. I give you a very blunt example, okay? Many people in the world were very comfortable how things were in India till 2014, okay? 2014 things changed. They saw different people, different beliefs, different confidence. Suddenly what happened? People started saying, oh, democracy, there is something wrong. Today the court is not performing properly, election commission is not okay, press is being restricted. Everything happened after 2014 only. So why is that happening? Because you have people outside India who have an interest in people inside India. And when those people do not get electoral success, when they are seen today as less and less representing the reality of India, there is a attempt from outside to make out as though that is the normal, and somewhere India has started to deviate. Now if you look historically, this is the normal, what you are seeing today. This is actually in a 1,000-year history or 2,000, 5,000-year history. This is what we are. So my sense is the cultural competition is as much a part of political, there's political competition, economic competition, technology competition, but there's ideology competition and cultural competition is very much part of it. Today, the reality is, as you can see, people from inside this country are taking politics outside. People from outside the country are interfering in politics inside. This is what we are seeing. So the second issue, the fitness. Look, if I normally do not give lifestyle advice, but if I were to give something, I would say please pay attention to fitness, because you realize its value. When you are young, you take so many things for granted. How to stay, the moment you are fit, many other challenges become so much easier. And if you can, so one of the things for which I always try to associate myself, Fit India, Khelo India, how do you, I tell people, look, if I can still play singles badminton for 45 minutes, why aren't you doing that? So, and it makes a difference, I try to put some, give some thought every day to something physical before starting my day. And then the rest of my day, first of all, you are very nice to everybody after you've had physical exercise. All your tension is hitting the ball, shuttlecock, whatever it is you have done. So, but honestly, it is very much a part of your mental sharpness also. So, it is tough. Travel and fitness doesn't combine easily. So I am actually a late entrant to the yoga practice. But believe me, I've discovered in the last 10 years, it's made 15 years really, it's made a huge difference even for me. That. And then it's all the little things, Prime Minister has something called Lifestyle for Environment. He started this last October. And the Lifestyle for Environment is actually very simple. What idea is, every day there are little things you will do in your life which are good for environment. Make it a habit. I will tell you one small habit I have. I try and climb stairs as much as possible and avoid lifts as much as possible. It makes a big difference. So fitness is, I cannot emphasize fitness enough. And believe me, I truly value it. And as anybody sitting, I think, higher up in the row of this hall will tell you why fitness becomes more and more important with each passing year. On the Ukraine issue, the culture, yes, I come back to the gentleman who asked this question, that, to the extent India is more Bharat,